I belong to an organization that's having a marketing challenge. We need to find people to fill the organization and also to fill classes that the organization puts on. And I'm always in this position in organizations that I've belonged to when there's a sales push, which is that I feel uncomfortable. It's not that I don't believe in the organization. I do believe in the organization. I'm a part of it. I give a lot of time and energy to it. But for me, I guess maybe I'm not somebody who needs to be sold that hard. Or maybe I'm thinking, okay, I'm part of this organization, so I see the benefit, so why can't others see the benefit? It's hard. It's hard for me to sell something. I'm a salesperson by profession and by personality, but sometimes I find it really hard to sell. And usually it's because people are telling me to sell. I think it's probably like some kind of limiting belief I have to get over in my mind. Um, I know that in order to sell something effectively, I have to believe in it. And I do believe in the things that this organization does. It might also be that I'm busy and I don't need one additional thing to add to my plate to sell. But I always have this conflicting feeling of, on the one hand, feeling pressure to go out and do what I'm being told to do, and two, um, not wanting to do it, or like being afraid. I don't know. Um, so it's interesting. Earlier this year, in a different organization, took on a sales role for a program that organization puts on. And that was successful. And I put a lot of time and energy into it. And it felt natural. I naturally wanted to reach out to people about that program and did the work. Um, I was inspired to do it. And as we know, if you're going to be successful, you have to put the work in whether or not you're inspired. But in that particular instance, I was inspired, and it felt good to be inspired. In this particular instance, even though I've gone through these classes and got a lot out of them, I'm not inspired. And I don't know why that is. There are other instances in my life where people want me to sell things and I'm not inspired. And I feel guilty. I feel guilty. Um, Part of it might just be a bandwidth issue. I'm selling a lot of things. So maybe I just don't feel like I have the time or energy to sell one more thing. And also, maybe it's just I need to let it marinate and get into my bones and kind of intuitively figure out a way to go about it. But then there's another piece to it that's a leadership piece, which is just because you're part of an organization that sells doesn't mean you have to be the one doing the selling. Maybe, you have to inspire or lead other people to sell. And there's probably some application of this to other areas of my life as well. I learned a while ago in therapy that if I thought of something to talk about in my sessions, no matter how random, it was worth talking about because I might not be able to see it at the time, but it always had some connection to something personal that was going on for me. And it was just a matter of time and processing it to get to where I saw the connection. I don't know if there is a connection here, but I will find it if there is one.